Welcome back to Whatever You Need, the channel where we uncover the most unexpected turns behind Turkey's most beloved public figures. Before we dive into today's emotional headline, remember to join our ever-growing community by subscribing and tapping that join button for exclusive support. Let's embark on a story that whispers of pride, silence, and the courage to love again. For weeks, whispers drifted like smoke across social media, never quite forming into a statement, yet loud enough to stir hope. A single picture posted without fanfare began this storm, an image shared by Sıla Türkoğlu carrying a phrase that echoed deeper than any confession. There are silences that scream louder than any words. She never named a person, a feeling, or a memory. Still, thousands of followers instantly understood who lingered between the lines. Rumor after rumor built a trail toward one direction, a possible reconciliation with Halil İbrahim Ceyhan. Fans dissected, exchanged glances from old interviews, noticed likes returned with measured subtlety, and even reported sightings of discreet meetings that hinted at more than coincidence. Their followers, who once embraced them as screen partners, now held on to the possibility of real-life affection gaining a second life. Yet the final twist came from someone who had always chosen distance from lights, cameras, and speculation: Halil's father. According to a trusted family source, the normally reserved man chose to speak after observing uncertainty creep into his son's life once again. Calm, quiet, yet resolute, he called Halil to a private conversation. The words he reportedly chose were not loud, but they were piercing enough to break a cycle of hesitation. He told his son, not as a celebrity but as a man. True love is not a passing guest. Pride shouldn't be the gatekeeper to the heart. If she still matters, don't let what you built collapse a second time. I've seen you happy with her, and I saw your sorrow when she walked away. Those close to the family say Halil didn't answer at first. Silence took his place, yet that silence, much like Sıla's phrase, carried more meaning than anything spoken. A few hours after their meeting, witnesses noticed him outside the building where Sıla lives, attempting to disguise his presence under a hat and sunglasses. Fans described him as nervous, hopeful, and clutching something unmistakable: flowers. Whether he entered as a friend, as an apology, or as someone ready for a new beginning remains a mystery. But the next day, Sıla posted once again, this time with a statement that felt like a continuation rather than a reply. When the heart beats a second time, it is only because it never truly stopped. The internet exploded. Media outlets rushed to suggest that an emotional bridge was being rebuilt, guided by a father's wisdom. A journalist briefly caught Halil outside a recording studio, and though known for avoiding personal questions, he allowed one meaningful sentence. Sometimes someone has to remind you of what has value. Short, yet enough to stir speculation into certainty. Meanwhile, Sıla's response came during a charity event where cameras pressed forward for a comment. She offered only a smile and a sentence that carried hope without revealing plans: some conversations mend what time alone cannot. Some people never really leave our lives. As the internet drowned in excitement, hashtags emerged, memories resurfaced, and longtime supporters embraced the possibility, not just of romance returning, but of an unfinished chapter finally receiving closure. Hashtag Halil and Sıla again rose to trending platforms, not as a rumor but as a collective wish. Then another unexpected voice joined the story. Reports revealed that Sıla's mother had encouraged her daughter to listen without fear. According to a close family friend, she advised, if he arrives not for pride, but with sincerity, maybe unfinished love deserves to continue its story. Not every goodbye needs to be final. Days later, another piece of the puzzle fell into place. A quiet restaurant on the outskirts of Istanbul hosted the pair. They arrived alone, without managers, friends, or anyone to buffer awkwardness. A waiter recounted the scene as though he had witnessed a scripted moment from one of their dramas: soft laughter, familiar orders, mint tea and lentil soup, just like before, and unbroken eye contact that spoke more than any cameras could capture. He described it with emotion, almost protective of what seemed like a fragile recommencement. Neither of them commented afterward. Instead, Halil expressed himself through a photo of a starlit sky, writing, "There are decisions guided not by thought, but by the heart's instinct." Minutes later, Sıla mirrored his message with another story: some hearts remain synchronized even in silence. Their followers didn't need more. Television programs debated whether reconciliation was permanent or a cautious rediscovery. Analysts praised the role of both families in guiding their children toward emotional maturity. Love, they said, is not only built by two people, it is sometimes protected by those who quietly stand behind them. Days later, Halil surprised audiences again when he appeared on a cultural podcast. For a man who rarely speaks about love, his honesty stunned listeners. "You can avoid many things, responsibilities, memories, even yourself, but you cannot outrun love if it has rooted itself in your life. You can only delay it until you're brave enough to face it again." Sıla, too, was asked directly on a popular talk show whether reconciliation was in progress. Her answer was gentle, almost poetic: "Some stories aren't completed with a period. Life leaves ellipses, offering a chance to write what was left unwritten." The audience erupted in approval, celebrating her serenity. As certainty replaced speculation, one truth remained clear. Whether they become a couple again or simply two people rediscovering each other, their journey has already touched thousands. They are walking quietly, away from cameras, yet surrounded by a sea of hearts rooting for them. Before we end this emotional journey here on Whatever You Need, share your thoughts below. Are Halil and Sıla ready to rewrite their story? Do you believe second chances can truly heal the past? Your opinion matters more than ever. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tap the join button to support our channel as we continue bringing you stories that move, surprise, and inspire. Stay tuned, because some love stories choose to keep beating, even after the world believes they have ended.